Hi, you're listening to Everyday Superpower, a place where you can take some time to learn the benefits of understanding body language and nonverbal communication. In this YouTube channel, what you're going to learn is how to essentially read minds, alright? So how to identify people who are lying to you, people who are attracted to you or repulsed by you, and just generally be able to communicate more efficiently, that being through understanding others and what they really mean, and the messages you put out in the world, as it all works on a subconscious basis. I hope everyone's been doing well. It's quite a good thing to see people subscribing and a few videos accumulating views. I really do appreciate it, so thank you for that. As always, if you enjoy what I do and you want to continue listening, just please click subscribe. Today's lesson should be a relatively brief one. It's going to be an overview on clapping and applause, and we're going to identify real clapping from fake clapping, okay? So if you're a performer of sorts, or if you public speak or entertain, or if you generally just are at events where people may applaud, you'll be able to identify who really does mean it and who doesn't. Okay, right, so just a brief overview. I'm sure the majority of you are aware what clapping and applause is, but for those who don't, it's displayed in the photo on this video, and it's when the hands come together, slapping off one another and creating great sound, great consistent sound, especially in a group, an audience of people, okay? That's where you'll tend to hear it the most, and what it displays is excitement, approval and support for what the individuals have experienced, what they're experiencing, and it tends to be aimed at a particular individual, perhaps a speaker, perhaps a group of people such as a band or a team, a sports team of sorts, when they are performing well, scored a goal and so on and so forth, okay? So that's what it is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a look into how to identify nonsense, how to identify when someone doesn't want to support what they've seen but feels like they have to go along with it because of the societal pressure that surrounds them. So if you're in a group of 20 people and you're the only one not clapping in support of what you've seen, it's a bit too blatant. You're going to stand out like a sore thumb. So everyone does need to clap to some degree. Now, to which degree exposes people who don't really wish to support what they're doing, okay? And we're going to have a look into that now so you can identify it and understand it. And to be fair, you may possibly have been one of these people. I know I have, so it wouldn't be a surprise. As far as the historical context of clapping goes, there are numerous pinpoints you can trace the clapping to, but one of the more popular theories is that it stems from ancient Roman finger snapping in the Roman theatres. So essentially it was used as how we do it today. It's a more evolved variation with a little more audacity. As rather than snapping the fingers, we're clapping the hands together, creating a bolder sound. Alright, so without further ado, what we're going to do is we're just going to delve straight into how to identify someone who is potentially, how to identify a hater, to put it bluntly. We're going to have a look at fake clapping and how to identify it, alright? So what I'm going to start by doing is setting the scene and painting a picture, okay? So when it comes to sports, let's consider golfing, alright? So let's consider a golfing tournament, right? Now, in the golfing tournament, there's an audience to witness what's going on, and the audience, like any other fans of sports, may have a particular favourite or root or support a particular individual to win the competition, okay? So considering the sport relies on a good ambience for conscious of mind, and it's an incredibly precise and to an extent scientific sport where you really need to dial down your environment and how you make your play, the audience wouldn't be in the right position to make a load of distracting noise when the individual performs makes their play, okay, as it would be counterproductive. Their show of support would actually be of a great distraction and detriment to the sportsman. All right, so what they do is, and this will link into what I'm trying to say, right? So what they will do is what we consider a golf clap, okay? And it's called a golf clap because it's to do with golfing, right? What they will do is they will slowly pat the hands, right? Creating near to no audio, and patting with a low tempo rather so than the frequency of an ecstatic round of applause, all right, which you will see in a concert arena or in a football stadium or such. So if you consider that an intentionally slow clap, right, with a distinct lack of energy, so the counter opposite of somebody who is really going for it, slapping their hands together, creating this wall of sound and this incredible frequent consistency, if you apply that clap into the venue, the arena, or the stadium, or within the crowd where there's been a public speaker, and so on and so forth, it would be incredibly out of place, and you would question why that would be the case. Okay, it's understandable when you don't want to be distracting the individual whom you're clapping for, but for somebody to do that in an environment where it's supported and it's supportive to clap with audacity, you would wonder, why would someone do that? And the reason is people are pulling back their support whilst feigning support, okay? It's a mask that an individual has put on so they fit in within the group, whereas on the low key, they're actually not showing any support whatsoever. All right? So there you have it. It may be self-explanatory, okay? But this clap in particular, if you do identify it, it, somewhat externally looks like a display of support, but realistically it's a display of disapproval, okay? It's the wolf hiding within the sheep. If you see this behavior, or if you perhaps feel like you need to do this behavior, it's self-explanatory. You know what you think and why you are acting in such a manner, okay? It's awkward to not clap in a crowd full of people that are clapping, so people do. But if you identify this golf clap or this slow, whimsy, intentionally low energy clap, it shows disapproval. Okay? So there's something to look for, or something to consider, when you're in a particular audience or space where you can identify that. It'd be worthwhile keeping an eye out, or identifying your own clap. If there's something you've experienced which you don't necessarily agree with, you'll find yourself doing it, all right? Anyway, that was my lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thank you very much for keeping in touch, and click subscribe. See you. Bye.